This episode of the Young Turks brought to you by Squarespace.
Pat Robertson has a novel new theory on why liberals like abortion. It involves lesbians. Fascinating. Let's find out.
There are lots of government-funded agencies in this country. Why do you think the president picked that one above all else to say not one penny?
Well, it's the left. I mean, it's this culture of death. The far left is livid, about killing babies. They want to do this. They want to destroy. And you go back and I don't want to play all this psychological stuff, but nevertheless, if a woman is a lesbian, what advantage does she have over a married woman? Or what deficiency does she have?
Well, she can't have children.
That's exactly right. And so if these married women don't have children, if they abort their babies, then it kind of puts them on a level playing field. Now you say, well, nobody's dared to express that. Isn't that shocking? Well, think about it a little bit, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, Pat, I am thinking about it, man. That is a brilliant theory. Look, on the one hand, this is serious stuff because he's, got the most atrocious way of thinking about how people are going to make these personal decisions. On the other hand, it is hilarious. He's like, okay, now, what does the left want to do? Well, obviously, they want to kill as many babies as possible. Yeah, I know. Of course we do. Of course. Like, if we said that about the right wing, that they're murderers, and all they want to do is kill innocent people, they'd be like, oh, could you say that? And, rip their eyeballs out. Okay, well, on the other hand, maybe we should. No, I'm just playing. Anyway, but Robertson's, this. And on abortion, that's how people make a decision, right? They're like, okay, since I'm a left-winger, let me try to get pregnant so that I can kill the baby. Nobody makes a decision like that. What kind of weird, terrible thought is that to put in people's head? Because you know what they're encouraging people to do, and this is part of what's serious about this story is they like killing innocent babies. Now, what are you going to do about that? Are you going to let them do that? You see how kind of vicious murderers these people are? Now, what are you going to do? You see, that's the serious part. Here's the second serious part. I mean, look, it's incredibly goofy theory about lesbians, right? You know what lesbians do, right? Right. Oh, believe me, I know, Pat says. And then, they want to level the playing field. But the serious part of it is, when women go to have an abortion, it's the most personal and hardest decision they're ever going to have to make. And you think they're thinking in the middle of that? How does this affect lesbians? Not a single person in the history of the world has thought before an abortion, how will my decision affect lesbians? It's never happened, and it's never going to happen. They don't care. I don't care if they're the most radical left-winger you ever seen in your entire life. I don't care if it's Hugo Chavez, okay? He's not going to make the decision based on that. And of course, any real-life woman here who's going to make a decision on abortion isn't thinking, well, maybe I should have I should have this procedure, not based on whether I can have the kid, can't have the kid, I have a medical condition, I don't have a medical condition, but it'll make lesbians feel better because they can't have kids. Now, the only thing left to consider is, who's dumber, Pat Robertson or the people who watch him?
If you want to build a website or a blog, where do you go? You go to squarespace.com.
Squarespace just pushed a brand new social widget for geolocation services. Display your most recent check-ins from Foursquare, Gowalla, and Facebook Places on a live Google map. Go to squarespace.com/TYT and get a 2-week trial for free.